if you're a startup, you want to raise capital, you hire a consultant to help you through the process. But not in. They're saying that it's a little bit of a wild west, and it's a little bit controversial, perhaps.
I mean, the only controversial part is that if someone is, they can't, they need the capital to do something and they really want it, and they can't attract someone to help them achieve it, and they're hiring consultants. I don't think this is good. I don't think it has much sense, really, because but I don't know. It's just my way of thinking that you're hiring someone, you're probably paying them something to get you an investor on board, to get a commodity, which is money.
Yeah, probably not.
So then if you are paying someone to sort some commodity for you, which is money, then that means that investors that you are dealing with, it can be whoever has some money. What's the value of money only here?
Yeah, fair enough. And it feels like you can almost get consultancy for just about anything you want in life these days. There's a consultant for that. Yeah. But basically, the article says. Okay, maybe we won't read through this, but effectively what it's saying is that it's a bit longer than I thought. I thought it was like a few paragraphs, but yeah, it goes on right now. But basically, these people are a little bit rogue, and they people have been paying them and getting nothing back in return. And that apparently maybe they don't even exist. They're just advertising their services. You pay and then they don't show.
It's just another scam. Maybe. So
it's a scam.
That's not promoted.
It's a scam, but no, I just wonder why it's like, why is it just suddenly come around? It's people are desperate to raise capital.
I mean, what is interesting to me, why people would fall into it. Like, yeah, I don't think you have a. I don't want to be insulting anyone, but yeah, if you're falling for such a scams, then how good of entrepreneur can you be? I mean, you can't be outsourcing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with it. So I think first of all, let's acknowledge that I really feel bad for the victims that are mentioned here in this article. So if all of this is true, I think that is truly victimized, and I think more than enough to feel sorry for them. On the other hand, I can't let the founders here off the hook of taking blame and accountability falling for this. Here's why. If you're an early stage, and let's differentiate into two sets of company classes, early stage and later stage. So here the cases are made that it's about early stage fundraising advisors. If you're early stage, it won't take you a lot of research, half an hour, to find that the early stage venture investment ecosystem is fairly institutionalized and let's call it professionalized. Of course, you can get all sorts of experiences, but the one thing that the institutionalization and professionalization, the liquidity in the market that is there has done is it's their job to find you, to evaluate you. It's not their job to say yes, but it's their job to find you and evaluate you. Once you realize that after a 30-minute search and you conclude that your reason not to get pitches or not to raise money is because you don't have a fundraising advisor, then that conclusion is up to you. Because that will not be the reason. It won't, in almost all of the cases, it won't be because you can't send an email to a VC or you can't rise to the top of their inbox. Guys, I can tell you that is never the problem. Never. I read every email that I get inbound and I evaluate every pitch deck that I get. And yet I say no close to 1,000 times every year. That's not because I don't read it. That's because I'm not a fit for you. So if I can't come to that conclusion as an early stage founder, and that's why I then find a fundraising advisor to help me market myself, that decision is on me.
Yeah, you just put it in a nice way. I just think that these people that just have to take some lesson, and this is one of the business lessons that they had to become better. But I think it's actually pretty dumb to fall into these traps. And it
I
will
mean,
happen
man, you have
many
to,
more
before you
times
say
on
stuff
the
like that, you
journey.
have to understand the context. Like people fall for scams, right? I mean, that someone is way smarter and has dressed it in such a way that which is easy to fall for. So it's not always their fault.
No, I think it is your fault. But it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, and you just have to move on. But I don't think there is I don't think you should be crying about it. You just move on and you don't do it again. But you can't blame someone else for the fact that someone scammed you. Yeah, this is like kind of your life, your business, your thing. So you made a mistake and just move on.